Good morning, friends. Let me introduce you to this new model launched by Chinese company DeepSeek. This demonstration is a very interesting demonstration where we will learn the prompt engineering. In next lecture, we will do advanced prompt engineering and then followed by memory management and LangChain and then a project. So first, let's get started with prompt engineering with DeepSeek R1 model. I have a Jupyter notebook installed on my system. So what I'll do first is I'll launch my Jupyter lab and start with this prompt engineering lecture. Jupyter lab. Now, when you see Jupyter lab started, I have this lecture already installed. We need to install a few packages. We'll understand prompt engineering principles and their related tactics in order to write effective prompts for the large language models. And I have installed OpenAI. Interestingly, DeepSeek uses the same class, same package from Python, that is OpenAI. So you need to install OpenAI, python.env installed for one simple reason that I need to import .env file where my tokens are installed, where my tokens are stored and API keys are stored. So simply put, you need to just install. Now there are two options of running these DeepSeek models. In fact, three options, multiple options are there. Let me talk about main options. First is you should use the DeepSeek model directly from their own data center. Unfortunately, the API platform is not yet available. It is down for a few days now, and I'm sitting on 3rd of February 2025, and the API as of today is still down from the DeepSeek. So without API, how can we use their models? Options are you download the model locally on your website or on your machine, which can be done through Olama, or you use hosted models. These models are available on Hugging Face. Let me show you Hugging Face. And these models are also available at AIML website also. So if you are on AI, you can use the model. DeepSeek R1 model is available at AIML, so you can create API key on AIML website also, AIMLAPI.com on this website, and you can integrate it, or you can use Hugging Face also. Here also you will find the DeepSeek model under models. If you go and search, you will find DeepSeek AI R1 model, or you can download it locally on your own machine. In my case, I have all the options available. In fact, I have right now, you can see I'm using Hugging Face, and I'm using the token from Hugging Face, API key from the Hugging Face. So let's load this environment variables, and then helper function is always good practice, where you create a helper function where you specify the content which you will be sending, the request you will be sending to the model, and the response you will receive from the model. So these are the parameters which we need to pass DeepSeek AI, DeepSeek version 3. This is the model I'm going to use in this session, and the max token is 500. So let's make it 1500 tokens, just in order to get more tokens from the response. Max token is the limit which you impose for the model, that how many tokens the model can generate and send back to you. So maximum token generation is a limit which you impose. And this is one simple text where I want to summarize the text delimited by triple backticks into a single sentence. If you look at the text, is a simple variable with f triple quotes, which this is called app string in Python. And this is my actual prompt, where app string, and these are the instructions for the model. Summarize the text delimited by triple backticks into a single sentence. And we are using this triple backticks and variable substitution, which is declared here. So that's this variable will be substituted in this place. So I expect that it should summarize this. So model DeepSeek will summarize my text into one sentence, and this is perfectly done. Good. Let's look at some prompting principles. Write clear and specific instructions. Give model time to think. So tactic number one, use delimiters to clearly indicate. You can use a triple backtick, triple quote, double quotes, angular bracket, whatever you want you can use as a separator. And this particular example, this is the text I want to summarize and into a single sentence. So this is the same example. Let's continue with the next one. The format, like in which format you want the output from the model. It is good to specify your own format as per your requirement. Like in this case, generate a list of three. Let me make it three made up book titles. In fact, let me change specific Hindi book titles, or let's say change the language. Hindi book titles along with their author and genre, provide them in HTML format with the following keys: book ID, title, author, and genre. So what I expect is, I expect three Hindi book titles in HTML format from the model. Give time to the model to think. Now I'm going to change after this particular example. You see, this is HTML format and these are proper Hindi titles. Now if I want XML format, I can do that as well. XML format, and let me write Tamil book titles, for example. So Tamil book titles in XML format. Can we do that? As you know, more clear your instructions are, more clear the output from the model would be. So, and we are evaluating, we are trying DeepSeek R1 model, R2 model to be precise, hosted on Hugging Face. And these are Tamil book titles. If you want, instead of XML, you want, let's say, SQL format, or instead of SQL, let's say you want JSON format. So whatever format you want, you can specify that format, and model will send the details in the same format as you request. So ask the structured output, and these kind of output you can see that you can use them to populate a database or to use it anywhere else. Now another example to check whether the conditions are satisfied or not. In this paragraph, I want you to spend a minute to understand this paragraph. Making a cup of tea is easy. First you need to get some water boiling, water that's happening, grab a cup and put a tea bag in it. If you look carefully, if you read carefully, these are instructions to make a cup of tea, which means it's a kind of recipe. And we are saying the same thing. You will be provided with a text delimited by triple quotes. If it contains a sequence of instructions, rewrite those instructions in the following format, and step 1, step 2, and step 3, and so on. If the text does not contain a sequence of instruction, then simply write no steps provided. So this is what it is, and if I try this, you will see I'll get the instruction in steps. Perfect. What about this one? Can you see the same thing about this paragraph also? I don't think this paragraph does not contain any sequence of instruction. This is a simple explanation of some garden, right, in the morning. So same prompt, but without these kind of instructions in the text. And what do I expect here? I expect no step provided in this example. And see, no step provided. And then we have few shot prompting. Few shot prompting is where you give examples. Zero shot means no example. One shot means one example. This is also known as K shot prompting, or inference. Inference means where you are giving data to the model to synthesize an answer based on your own input as an examples. And this is required when you feel that you want output in a specific format, you want response in a specific format and specific style, for example, and which might not be present in the model training data. So your task is to answer in a consistent style, respond with one question only. Now look at this, is interaction happening between child and grandparent. Teach me about patience. Grandparent is teaching in the form of a small story. Child, teach me about resilience. So we expect grandparent to respond in a similar style rather than a dictionary meaning of resilience. We expect that grandparent will respond with some kind of story, and this is correct. This is how the model work. Similarly, these are more examples, and if you'll find the link of this notebook on my GitHub account at the description of this video. So go and check the link, download this Jupyter notebook, install Jupyter Lab on your machine, and simply start working with it. These examples are available. Instructions also you'll find in the description. Let's look at some interesting aspect. Hallucination. Tell me about this Argo Glide Ultra Slim Smart Toothbrush by Boy. Now here the company is fine, but the product is not from this company. Let's understand these are limitations of any model. If you give wrong input to the model, we cannot expect a right output from the model, because models are not trained in this way. Models are basically trained on a specific data to continue token one by one. We'll understand the architecture also of the model, how they work. So let's understand this Auto Glide Ultra Slim Smart Toothbrush by Boy, and you can see this is not right. You can see the company name is right, but the product is not right, and still you are able to see the output. This is called hallucination, when the model does not create right content or wrong content. Similarly, this is the limitation of a Chinese model. Whenever you are dealing with China has a very big control and powerful control on the media. You cannot bypass Chinese authorities from this. For example, 1989, what happens in on this chalk? There were massacre of thousands of protesters. But if you ask about this, you can't expect the model to get response to give response on that question. That is the restriction of a Chinese model. Similarly, Arunachal Pradesh is a part of which country? Model is recognized this as a part of India. That's fine, but these are some disputed territories of India and China, and if you you can expect output from this also, the way model is trained. Point to be noted: models are not magics. Simply, they respond with huge data on which they are trained. You cannot expect a model to respond on the data which is not available or on which it is not trained. Similarly, if I ask who was the sole survivor of Titanic disaster, what do we expect? Who was the sole survivor of Titanic disaster? Now, if I try to get the answer of this question, let's see how model react to this, because the real answer is there were multiple survivors. But if I give the wrong question to the model, these are limitations which you should be extremely careful about when you are using these models. Now, see, this time this model is better than ChatGPT. This model is better than Cohere command. This model is better in terms of, because this is interesting thing. It is depends on how sole survivor is defined. The notable individual often referred to as the living survivor of is this Melvina Dean, but there were more than one survivor though. So this is not right thing. That's all for this session. Prompt engineering. Download this from the description link given in the description to understand prompting techniques. And next session you will understand more on about this, and we'll do a project also. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.